podcast. I thought I'd put a drum beat in there at the right end.
Well, it's an exciting thing that's happened in this paper. It's us making noises.
Yeah, this will be, believe it or not, I'm guessing this podcast will be more exciting than the show we're talking about.
Yeah,
because we'll get passionate.
I don't think this is going to be too long of a podcast either.
No.
There's no deaths as far as I know.
No, I was going to say I don't think there's any deaths.
Again, usual, like, subscribe, all the usual ones, SoundCloud, Stitcher, iTunes. Well, not iTunes because that's gone
It's
now.
dying.
But it's iMusic or whatever it is. It's on there. So yeah, you'll find us all over those kind of places. But this is our review for Super Showdown or Super Shitdown, as we're calling it.
Yeah, Super Shitdown. I mean, I'm not going to say there's no deaths, but I'm sorry, I don't remember the name. There is a charity fund to help Ashley Massaro's daughter for education. Mick Foley's put a load of stuff up about it. If you want to research into that, that'd be cool. But yeah, I would say into bigger and better things. It's still better than death. Just.
Only just.
Yeah, so yeah, Super Shit Show.
Slow death.
Yeah,
what it is.
It was their, I think, third time
in Saudi Arabia. I mean, we don't really agree with certain things doing these shows anyway, but we just think it's something to review, I suppose.
It's the money.
It's controversial. It's all money.
It's all about money.
It is all about money, and it's evident with a lot of the people that are on this card. It's clearly just a paycheck to them.
Yeah, it's the fact that some of these superstars either aren't allowed to go because of whatever tattoos or culture decisions they have, or they just don't want to. You know, that speaks volumes. The good things, well, not the good things, but the things that not really anything to do with wrestling. I don't know why they had to tell us like 4 or 5 times during the night. It's this hot.
Yeah,
like, I
don't get it. It's like, normally it's an attendance record thing, which is annoying as itself. But yeah, just a temperature thing is like, oh, by the way, it's this hot. Who gives a fuck?
But what kind of fucking idiot is watching? Like, I didn't know Saudi Arabia was hot. Of course, it's fucking hot.
I thought there was meant to be snow.
Yeah. Well, but fair enough. The start of it, if they go, by the way, it's 96 degrees here.
Yeah, do once.
Yeah, that's fine. Not like
5 times a night.
It's like, yeah, we get it. The wrestling. It's almost like they were trying to make an excuse for if the wrestlers aren't on form tonight.
Yeah, it's like they're trying to buffer themselves to begin with, but they're trying to wrap it up just before it falls apart because they know it's going to.
If someone were said to Vince, how about we do one of these shows in Greenland? One of the wrestlers would be fucking freezing their tits off, wouldn't they? Because yes, but it's the opposite spectrum here. Like, they're sweating their tits off. So they can't.
It's still too much of something for your body.
Yeah. They might be doing the World Cup in Qatar soon, which is like one of the world's hottest countries in the world. They can't do that. Men can't run around for 90 minutes on a pitch. People would collapse. No.
Anyway, so pre-show,
the Revivals versus the Usos.
Yeah, nothing to note. Usos won.
I did think about this earlier. Like in hindsight now. It was actually probably one of the most decent matches on the card. As far as decent matches go, you know, it was a very back and forth match. So it wasn't always.
It was consistent. It wasn't like it was shitly paced or anything. It was consistent. It's a pre-show match with the Usos and the Revival. I like the Usos. I love the Revival, but they haven't been used properly in the last few months, so I don't care.
No,
it's funny how you struggle to care when you don't they don't invest you enough in the characters.
Well, yeah, I said my theory with because it was kind of a given that the Usos were going to win because the Revival it's well documented they're on their way out. So, and Vince is just embarrassing them and stuff. But I thought, well, they're done.
Maybe he'll try and claw back a bit.
They're not, being dicks about it. They're just keeping their head down and riding out their contracts to the end and being professional. And they were good enough to be a couple of wrestlers that say, yeah, we will do Saudi Arabia. Maybe throw them a curveball a bit, and instead of the Usos just beating them and burying them every single time, have a shot win for the Revival. But no, it was just the most predictable thing again. Even though during the match it wasn't, which is why I thought it was a good match.
Yeah.
It was as soon as the Usos won, it was that kind of, well, we figured kind of thing. So
I mean, to be honest, the main reason we got invested with 99% of these matches anyway is because we're doing our own predictions. So naturally the points matter more to us because we win something out of it. So, but if that wasn't there, I wouldn't give it half a shit.
No, if I was we always talk and have banter and everything while the show is on. So sometimes it's our own fault when we distract ourselves from it.
Yeah, we can't help it.
But if there was no predictions thing and we were just like, let's just watch this show and really concentrate on it, I think I really would have enjoyed the Revival Usos match still, and I did. It was a good opener for the show. And then it I don't know if it went downhill from there. It just kind of...
It went exactly the way we expected it to go.
Yeah, it was a very predictable...
What was next then? What was
the very first match was the Universal Championship.
Yeah, this pissed me off. Like, again, you're putting Rollins on first. Are you fucking kidding me? Again, I'm pretty sure it's down to the fact that Lesnar's probably like, I want to be gone first. Seth's probably got pissed off with what's going on. He's like, right, okay, put me on first, get rid of me or some shit. I don't know. But you want to build up the Universal Championship and give it some credibility, yet since Seth has had it...
Well, even when he won it, it was first match.
It was first match, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's difficult to get invested. The match was... between him and Corbin was fine.
I think the thing is, the fact that they put Corbin in it is a completely
doomed to fail.
Matter anyway.
It's doomed to fail.
But if they've gone, well, Corbin is exactly over, so that's why... the match going on first, because Corbin's involved in it. So, well, why the hell put Corbin in the first place then? Not one person in the WWE universe wants to see Baron Corbin in the title picture right now.
No.
And well, yeah, whatever. But
it ended up being like the one thing. The only thing I really liked from the match itself was when he was getting up in the ref's face.
Yeah.
And then the ref started fighting back, going, "Who do you think you are? I'm the ref. I'm in charge." Yeah. And then it came to a cheeky kind of roll-up win. So he didn't even get a curb stomp win, really. But yeah, Seth's still your champion, which is great because I seriously didn't want that with Baron. And there was a moment or two where I thought maybe they were going to do it.
But that's it. I mean, it was good to see the ref
fight back
because they haven't done that since they asked you there.
No, so they need to do that, man. They can't do it like these weak people that crumple out paper. They need to have some attitude to them because their word is gospel in that ring.
Yeah, it's like if you want to keep yelling at me, you go ahead, sunshine. I'll disqualify you at the drop of a hat. So
yeah, I like that. And then Lesnar came out.
Yeah, I mean, with the whole structure of it, when it was revealed that this match was going on first, you begin to speculate of like, is this going to kind of be... Because, Lesnar had already established that he was in Jeddah and wanted to cash in. Now, obviously, like we said, the first match of WrestleMania was Seth, Brock. Brock just wanted to get it out of the way with, and Seth beat him. Oh, is that the speculation? Like, is this going to be full circle now?
Full circle, he's going to cash in and take it.
And he's just going to take it back.
Yeah.
Then there was the whole, is Corbin going to win unless they cash in on Corbin, and all this stuff. And, the worry of Corbin winning was Seth was coming in, storyline injured because of what Lesnar had done to him. He was all taped up, his ribs were all taped up. And I think I even said it during it, like, Seth was probably carrying over 50% of the match, but the match itself wasn't bad. And like you said, Corbin is not a bad wrestler when it comes down to like brass tacks.
He's not. But he's been booked the wrong way, and he's been booked in a way where we don't care about him at the moment.
And it's a bad character.
Yeah. They need to give him a refresh.
I think it needs to be a follow. He can't just go back to Lone Wolf because the Lone Wolf would just be... I don't know. I think that just still remain with his dullness at the minute. It'd have to be a complete different leap the other side. Like, I did think, like, what if he just kind of snapped... almost, do you remember how Al Snow used to be? No, I'm not saying carrying a fake head about, definitely. But he used to, he just always be like that twitchy, paranoia, laughing at himself all the time. If Corbin can pull that off, because it's such a different...
Like he finally breaks.
Yeah.
Or something.
Just starts going mental. You've got to be careful he doesn't become another Bray Wyatt, because it would just rip off Bray. But, so I had to mention Bray. I didn't even mean to then.
Constantly. Bray Wyatt comes in.
Yeah, the match was what it was. The ref thing was cool.
Lesnar coming in with a chair in the case, beat his...
Heyman tripping.
Yeah, because Heyman tripped over and fell the case over, and we
thought it was going to be one of those...
we thought it was like fate, but it was actually, it was planned, and you could tell after a while, but initially we were like, oh, what the fuck? Bit of a botch, but no, it's part of it, because it gave Rollins the low blow, then he beat the shit into him with a chair and curb stomped him onto the case, and that was it. Lesnar doesn't cash in. Rollins... I'm happy that Rollins is still the champ, but in hindsight, it is such a silly segue into Lesnar not cashing in. Oh, he tripped over with the case. Oh no, bro! And it's just at the moment I was like, oh, okay. But then thinking about it in hindsight, I'm just kind of like, it's a bit stupid.
If it was anybody else holding the case, it'd be like, oh, okay, great. Let him hold on to the case a little bit because he's only still, money in the bank's only just gone. But it's getting to the point now, like, just get the case up, Brock. Because no one was happy that he won. Let's just wipe Money in the Bank this year off the face of the earth and then worry about next year.
Yeah.
But as well, it was one of them where Brock, fair enough, he did get his ass kicked. It was a very hard chair shots. He went out a bit bruised and bad, and I think Sarah Adams' missus here thought that Lesnar was hurt. I don't think he was hurt.
And he got a bad bruise in the elbow.
Yeah, I think he was just selling it quite well.
Yeah.
But again, it's like, how much would you have paid him to fly
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
and
Think
just
of that
do
paycheck.
that? Not even wrestle. Fair enough, you got your ass kicked. But it's like, right, you're going to go out there, Seth's going to hit you with a chair about half a dozen times, you'll come back, here's a cheque for $2 million, see you later. It's a little bit...
It's an insult.
What was the point? But then we go and speculating about Willie Cashin and Kofi later.
Yeah.
And then another mate was saying he could still find Seth later in the night.
Drag him out.
But, we'll get to that or lack of that as we go along.
What's next?
The next match, let me just check my records. I think I remember what it is. Oh, yeah, the Intercontinental title. Demon Finn versus Andrade.
Again, it was alright. It was nice to see the Demon. He got a cool entrance. I like to see the Demon, but what we were discussing is that it's becoming... there's a lack of consistency with this Demon bit Finn Balor now. Mm-hmm. I think with Finn Balor, it should be a title shot. He should bring it out. Or with the point where he's lost so many times as Finn, where he has to go against him like a third or fourth time, he has to bring the Demon out. It's like a thing he has to do.
Yeah.
But now it seems to be like, they're just going to do it because money.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. It's like, we're just going to do it because it's this pay-per-view. It's like, it doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
And with this, it was literally because of the pay-per-view and where it was and the fact there's a big paycheck. It's like, Saudi guys have gone, we want Demon Finn Balor. It's like, okay, Demon Finn Balor. Doesn't matter about the story, just put it in there. And it doesn't make sense. It started to become inconsistent, and I don't like that. It takes something away from the character, the importance of the character.
Yeah, it's also... Yeah, the Demon should only be about if it's relevant to the story or the rival at the time. Also, I think I said, don't get me wrong, every now and then, if you announce the Demon's going to be at a pay-per-view, before the pay-per-view, again, if it's done the right way, it is, oh wow, I can't wait to tune into that. But every now and then, just throw a curveball and don't announce it's going to be the Demon. We just get the shock value when he comes out as the Demon. Also, even though Andrade maybe showed a little bit of concern, I've always thought when the Demon Finn is in there, the opponent should be looking terrified. Yeah. Again, depending on the character.
Really
if it was Aleister Black,
because it sells it. Aleister Black maybe not.
Yeah, someone like that, no. Undertaker, no.
But a standard bloke like Almas.
Yeah, or the Miz or Corbin or
just
something
they should
like
look
that.
at it and go, I think I made a mistake here.
Yeah, I fucked up.
Yeah.
The Demon's, he's intimidating me. Yeah. So the match was okay. I mean...
Yeah, it was fine.
If we didn't know how much it was anyway, we knew because Finn's makeup was just melting off.
It fell away within seconds. There was good back and forth, a couple of decent spots. The guys were both good wrestlers. It was a good match. It was all right. And it was just predictable ending. Coup de grace, good night.
Yeah, there was a couple of times like, is Andrade going to do this? But never
I never fully believed it.
Never fully.
Finn's still your champ, which is fine. Because I don't mind Andrade being Intercontinental Champion. I think that would be a really good push for him.
Yeah.
But I think you don't have him beat the Demon. You have him beat regular Finn Balor. And I know it's a big push. It would be a massive push for him, but there's not been enough storyline built up.
No.
If you have him, he's been beat by the Demon now. So if he went against him again, or you built up for the next few months, I can beat the Demon. I came close and I didn't get it this time, but I'm going to beat the Demon. I don't want Finn, I want the Demon. I can beat him, I can do this. Just build it up so he's so desperate, like it becomes his fucking focal point. I have to beat the Demon. Then you can build it up and have it executed really, really well. Yeah. But for this match specifically, it wouldn't have made any sense to do so.
It made more sense, I think I said this last night as well, if Andrade, the Stomping Ground's only a couple of weeks away. Shit name.
Shit logo as well.
Yeah, it's what it is.
Awful.
Because I was watching it, I was thinking, this is okay, but I know Finn and Andrade have got a lot more in them. They're better than this. So I think if normal Finn went against Andrade at Stomping Ground, Andrade should win his kind of title. Then the storyline can be Finn go, okay, yeah, you were the better man that night, but we know since Super Showdown you can't beat the Demon. And I think the following pay-per-view uses Extreme Rules, so you can make it interesting for a stipulation there.
Yeah.
I think then to really establish Andrade should beat Demon Finn at Extreme Rules, but maybe with a few shenanigans. I mean, Zelina Vega will probably be ringside.
Well, yeah, she could be ringside at this one.
It could be because the stipulation that he wins it by like a technicality, depends what the stipulation is. Or if the storyline's done well, that's when I'm okay with the roll-up. Because it's not like if Andrade rolled up Demon Finn, it's a clean getaway, he's still got the victory, but it doesn't diminish the Demon. It's not like, oh my god, Andrade kicked the Demon's ass. Finn is now buried in shit.
Maybe.
It's just Andrade got away with it with the skin of his teeth, but a win over the Demon is still the win. Andrade since got a champion. And with that, Finn then can maybe go back into the main title picture. I don't know. It's with the current state of WWE at the minute, it's hard to know what they're going to do with the roster. Yeah.
Cards subject to change and all that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was alright.
I think the following match was Shane vs Drew.
Oh yeah.
Oh sorry, Shane vs Roman. Drew was there.
Yeah, Drew was there as well. This now, don't get me wrong, the match wasn't exactly up to much. If I'm completely honest, again, it was just a standard match. It was okay, but it was a shock ending. Because we all went in, like, the only person that, like, on our predictions that called Shane to win was you. Yeah. Everyone else went, it's Roman. Roman wins lol. That's what happens.
Yeah.
But no, you called it that there'd be shenanigans from Drew. He got a Claymore, and then Shane just pretty much just fell on top of Roman and took the pin. And, you know, hats off to WWE with this, because I didn't see them doing that. I generally didn't. I didn't think it would be they go that way. I thought he's had 2 straight wins in a row. Roman's come back from cancer and he's starting to build himself back up. He's going to Saudi Arabia where he's a big poster boy. Why would you have him lose? But they did. They went for the shock value. They went for Shane beating him. And, you know, fair enough. I liked the fact that they did that. The match wasn't up to much, but the ending impressed me.
Yeah, I think it's almost... I doubt this is the case, but... There might have been someone backstage who, let's prove to the WWE Universe that we don't think Roman is the best in the world, so we'll have our fake best in the world, Shane, who won that trophy last time they were in Saudi Arabia, beat Roman Reigns. Obviously not clean, but just the way the storyline was going and the bookings I already knew about.
Yeah, because they announced that it was going to be Drew versus Roman at Stomping Grounds. Just like,
I don't think they announced it. I think
no, but they talked about it on Raw, didn't they? Yeah, he did. Yeah, Roman squared up to Drew and said, once I'm done kicking his ass, I'll kick your ass at Stomping Grounds.
Oh, right, fair enough.
So it's just like, well, yeah, okay, then...
It was a build-up to that.
Yeah, it's a build-up to it. You've got to have a reason why they go against each other again.
Yeah, I think, it made logical sense to build the storyline between Roman and Drew for that match. Drew would cost Roman the match. Mm-hmm. And like I said last night, it was Shane, he's doing so well of... getting the heat because people just can't stand the fact that he genuinely thinks he's the best in the world. The whole announcer thing, his ego is growing and growing and growing.
It's one of the things I'm loving on SmackDown. And there's not a lot I'm liking on Raw and SmackDown at the moment, but Shane being a heel is great.
So to the point, if you build it up enough, maybe not too much, but enough to when someone finally knocks Shane off his post, smacks that smile off his face, he's like, you're not the best in the world because I kicked your ass. Yeah, you'll get the payoff because I don't think... again, since WrestleMania, Shane hasn't won cleanly, really. He did against Miz, but it's purely because after the suplex, Shane fell onto Miz. And then on Money in the Bank, he just fell off the cage.
Lucky.
And with this, Drew's
it's not never clean victory.
Never clean victory. So it'll have to build up to when Shane finally has no help and no little shenanigans when he's finally beat. It's kind of, comes full circle. Shane got his comeuppance kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was okay. And
again, just okay.
Drew always nails the claymore.
Yeah, just one thing I really enjoy is Drew's claymores. Just every time, it's just clap.
Yeah. Then it was the 3-on-1 match, Lars versus Lucha House Party, which didn't go the way I thought it would go.
No, I mean the Luchas didn't win.
No.
But they decided to just gang up on Lars and then cause the DQ. So Lars technically won, but I wasn't interested in this match anyway. I couldn't give a fucking shit about it. It was there to do one thing and one thing only: put Lars over. Now I don't agree with all these controversial, tweets and interviews he's been doing about certain things about sexism and racism and stuff. And he's a prick.
Dug a bit of a hole.
Yeah, he's a prick. But WWE seems to be wanting to ignore it. If they're going to carry on pushing him regardless, then why on earth would you have him go against 3 people that you know he can beat and have them disqualify the match? So even though he wins, he still gets beaten up by the 3 of them, and then he kind of gets back a little bit with a bit more of a beat up on them. It just doesn't do anything for anybody. No. It's pointless. It made no sense. It was a pointless ending to a pointless match that no one cared about, and there's not really much else to say about it. I didn't care.
But as far as the personal stuff goes, I mean, what I've heard is Lars's controversial comments were actually done years ago on social media.
Right.
When he wasn't even hired by WWE. It's still not commendable.
Yeah, but if that's the case, then maybe you should put up another interview or a tweet refuting what you said, or apologise and say, I was in a different place then. But he hasn't notified it at all. You should say something.
Yeah, maybe. It's a hard one to call. But allegedly WWE did fine him for it. Which I kind of had a problem with, because it's like, if any other company wanted to fine me for something I did years before I joined them...
It's the same thing with James Gunn when he got fired from Marvel, because of that joke he made, a paedophile tweet joke.
Well, right.
And it was years before he was even on Marvel's payroll.
Yeah.
And it was clearly a joke.
Yeah.
He's hired back now, but it's the same system.
It's a weird kind of culture and society we live in today. So, But yeah, so I'm not saying why that this happened as a kind of punishment to Lars, but it was almost like they were trying to, hopefully this isn't the case, but they were trying to have Lucha House Party come across as the bad guys. I don't think it was a heel turn, because a heel turn would not work on a heel monster.
Yeah.
But if anything, Lars should have been throwing all three of them around like ragdolls.
Yeah.
It's too late to give Lucha House Party.
Yeah, I was expecting just to, like I say, throw them around like ragdolls and then put them all in the ring and pin all three of them and go.
Yeah.
Just something like that, just dominant. But no.
When if
it's 50-50 booking, isn't it?
Yeah, Lars won, and that's that. If they really wanted to have the shock thing, you could have had, again, one of the Lucha House Party roll him up for the shock victory, so it keeps them kind of relevant. No, I still would have liked it. But the fact that what happened after was Lars still went out and attacked them, and there was a couple of stiff slams onto the ramp and thrown down the ramp and stuff. But if you really want to establish them, he should have been throwing them off stages or through stuff or
onto the turnbuckles
or at least drag them backstage, and then every now and then you flash backstage after every match, and Lars is still
beating them up,
kicking the crap out of them backstage.
Yeah,
but it just kind of made Lucha House Party look really weird,
stupid.
Yeah, well, it made Lars look stupid.
Yeah, it made
the Lucha House Party kind of go, what are you guys doing? Yeah, what? I get you're pissed off that he's beating the shit out of you all the time, but I don't know. It just didn't go down the right way, or at least not the way WWE wanted it to go. Then it was Orton Triple H.
I mean, Triple H just replayed one of his entrances. You got the bike out again.
Yeah,
it's like, come on. Either just do a regular entrance or do something new.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with his regular entrance.
He hasn't done it in freaking ages.
No.
Just doing a regular entrance, it's fine. But no, he just went for the bike thing and, whatever.
Again, the match went exactly the way it was going to. I thought it was going to go.
Yeah. To be honest,
by standard as well. The standard was okay.
Yeah, the standard was okay. I mean, the guys are good in the ring. It's not like they're not, and it was, pretty decent. But without any build-up or anything, that one promo they did on SmackDown or Raw, whichever one it wasn't enough to build it up where I gave a shit. I just thought the match was okay. It could have gone either way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it doesn't really matter who wins. It doesn't bury either person. It doesn't put either person over. They're at the exact same spot where it doesn't matter for either person. So no matter what, it's irrelevant. So
I think, I still think Orton was the better of the two, because they're both veterans now, but Triple H is pretty much semi-retired. Orton is still currently full-time on the roster. So for someone if Triple H had won, for someone who only wrestles maybe once, twice a year, to beat Orton would, completely diminish him from the main roster when he's still on SmackDown or Raw every week.
Yeah, I suppose, you're right. Orton did need it more.
Yeah, so Orton can now go back to Raw, SmackDown, whatever. It's hard to tell now with fucking wild card.
I know, right? What are the rules?
Orton can go back and almost have that, carry on that momentum, like I beat the game in Jeddah, who's next to try and knock me off my post.
Yeah, I think if they do it right, they could revitalise him a little bit, because he's kind of been stuck in the middle for a while. Yeah,
he should have been. I'd love to see if he kind of went back into his sadistic side. Because there was a kick out of an RKO and a kick out of a pedigree.
Yeah, when he kicked out of the RKO, I was like, well, that seems like ego Triple H. Oh, no one kicks out the RKO except me.
Yeah.
And then when he kicked out the pedigree, I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. They've evened it out.
Yeah, they did.
I take it back.
Well, yeah, it was. The whole out of nowhere RKO. That's still, it still does come out of nowhere sometimes. It's great. But yeah, The match was a standard, maybe not main event kind of a match, but standard.
Good enough.
The one of the weird parts was that I remember at one point looking up, and I think Triple H had a one in the headlock, and then I turned to one of you guys to tell you something for like maybe 2.5 minutes and a bit of chat. I turned back, the headlock is still going on.
Yeah.
I'm like, look, I get you hot, I get you knackered, but you can't sit in the ring for because the crowd are going to get out of it and get bored. The good parts were mainly the near finishes. Like at one point early on, Triple H nearly got the pedigree, the Norton nearly got straight in the RKO. That's always good to be like, this close from like ending it right there and there kind of thing. So it was okay. I think the right person won.
Right. Yeah, the right person won. Norton winning was definitely the right move.
Yeah. Then it was Strowman and Lashley.
Couldn't give a shit.
What's interesting about this is
is there anything interesting?
What I found interesting was this morning on Facebook it came up with like some footage of the match, and I'll admit most of us weren't really paying attention to it, but with the clip that I showed, now that I was kind of paying attention, I was like, actually that wasn't bad. It's again a match I wasn't invested in. Don't really give a shit about Lashley.
No real build-up. Although Michael Cole would say, they had a bit of rivalry. No, they haven't.
Well, the bit they showed was quite interesting. There's a lot of, I think Lashley picked up Strowman escaped, rolled, ran at him. Lashley did a leapfrog over Braun, and then I think Braun did the same, and then managed to just do a full-on shoulder barge, and Lashley went flying. I was like. That was impressive. For big guys to do something like that, I'm not going to take it away from it. The problem was, from the opening bell, you could have two of the greatest athletes in the world, or greatest wrestlers in that ring, but if you're not invested in the characters, let alone the story, you don't care. You might, if the story's shit, but you invest in the characters, you might get away with it. Yeah. Vice versa as well. The characters can be shit if the story's good.
If they don't have to invest much story time in Sammy and Kevin, but if they put them together again, I'm watching.
Yeah, with a decent story, it's gold.
Yeah.
So, but when both factors aren't there, when you've got no decent story and the characters are just mundane, you don't care. For the opening bell, you just could be like, they're bringing back the piss break match. That's pretty much what it was. So,
because they can't have any women on the show, can they? As their piss break match, so they got to fix something.
There was rumours about that.
There was rumours going on that. Well, right, let's just finish up this one. Strowman won that match.
Yeah,
that's over. Yeah, there was rumours going around that they were trying to sign off on getting a late women's match there.
Yeah, Alexa Bliss and Natalia
there, but it never happened. However, I do like the fact that when they were putting up the video packages for what matches were going to be at Stomping Grounds, both women matches that popped up, huge cheers. So it's not the people.
No, it was established that they were going, because the article I read is recently Saudi Arabia becoming a little bit more lenient, they're letting certain women, because it's a different culture.
They're allowed to drive now, aren't they?
Everything from that to allowing other women athletes in certain other sports and other things.
So fingers crossed we can get there eventually.
Eventually, yeah. That was one of the biggest parts of the night, because that was the other thing. I think I think they still did have the princes there in their armchairs, but they weren't camera sized.
They were camera sized. You didn't see them, which is better in my opinion, because they still get the same view, and we don't get to see them on their phones and just talking to each other rather than being invested in the actual match.
Yeah, just to do it for the publicity. Yeah. But this was the best crowd Jeddah have had, where the crowd actually gave a shit.
Yeah.
We'll get to certain points where they did absolutely unglue themselves, and like saying
that's the next match.
I think so, maybe. But that Stomping Ground graphic when they show the women's matches, huge pop.
Yeah.
So that's right. The next match was for the WWE Championship.
Oh yeah, Kofi versus Ziggler, which was I thought was going to be a filler match because obviously of Kevin not wanting to go to Saudi Arabia, so they put Ziggler in there. But they've got another match at Stomping Grounds. So what are you doing with Kevin then? Yeah. I want Kevin in this storyline. I was invested in that.
Unless they might change it as they go along.
I don't know.
Because what's weird...
Make it a triple threat.
I know that it's ridiculous to think this way, because let's face it, there's the main pay-per-views of the actual calendar, WWE calendar year, and then there's stuff like this, where Super Showdown or Crown Jewel or whatever it is are thrown in as a bonus. So it's not really a specific...
It's not part of the timeline.
Yeah.
It's part of the canon.
Yeah. So if we remove Super Showdown for a minute, it technically goes Money in the Bank and then Stomping
It's going to be a replay, isn't it?
What? What do you mean?
Ziggler match is going to be a replay of this one.
Oh, well, I meant more for the fact that at Money in the Bank, if you ignore Super Showdown, so it goes Money in the Bank and then Stomping Ground, you had a cage match at Money in the Bank. You're having another cage match at the very following pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And then it's Extreme Rules where, let's face it, they'll probably keep it a cage match because of the theme of the pay-per-view. So you can't overkill the cage.
Yeah, because otherwise it becomes not important. But anyway, the match. Yeah,
it was a match.
It was a match. It happened. Kofi retained. Thank God. There was never a point that I thought Ziggler was ever going to take it.
No,
never. It was never going to happen.
The only notable thing,
nothing really,
was Xavier got involved.
Yeah, a little bit.
Ziggler kicked him first, so
yeah.
I think it was like Xavier kicked Ziggler with the ref's back was turned and Trouble in Paradise. I do remember like there was a great. Just the SOS went really smoothly because Dolph is still not a bad wrestler.
No, so when he hit, SOS was good, and when he hit the final Trouble in Paradise, Ziggler took it like a champ. And
he always
does.
Always does.
But we've always said that's about them. Is apart from that, nothing else.
Well,
I can't really think of anything else. It was predictable, exactly how it should have gone, but. Still. Yeah,
it had the backstage argument straight away while Kofi was still out there. Ziggler going, he cheated.
Yeah.
I thought he was a fighting champion. I want him in a cage match. Yeah, it wasn't exactly that, but that was the premise of it. But the way it was going, they kept Kofi hanging about. I was like, maybe Brock is going to come out with in the back head.
And it didn't happen.
Nope. So, it was more than likely that as soon as Brock had done his thing at the start of the show,
he went home.
Straight on a plane.
Yeah.
Home.
Not surprised. So, that was meh.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
Then I think it was the Battle Royal. I think.
I think it must have been the Battle Royal.
Yes, it was the 50-man. 51-man Battle Royal.
51.
So I'm guessing the guy from Jeddah that we're talking about more.
What's his name? Mansoor.
Bit of a crap name, but
so there's 50. We'll say there was 50. I can't really confirm the 51.
But it says 51.
That's weird.
I'm not counting.
I felt so sorry for them all being at the ring at the same time with that heat. Fuck me, it must have been so bad. Obviously they all start in the ring because it's not a Royal Rumble, it's a Battle Royal, so they want to start in the ring. And people are getting chucked out really. EC3, like the first one, it's like you have buried this guy. He has so much potential.
Yeah, a lot of the tag teams went out first.
They got rid of all them just piece by piece, and then it started to pick up. And
I do remember AOP, Heavy Machinery, and the Viking Raiders having this square down.
Yeah, a little bit,
which was okay.
Elias was being a bit of a dick throughout, a bit did at the start as well, I suppose.
Yeah.
Miz, I liked, I'm still loving Miz as a face. I don't know why. I still like it.
Work.
Yeah. I know because Miz, when he got chucked out, I was like, even though he wasn't my pick, I was like, I thought he was going to be at least in the last 4, and he wasn't.
There was a couple of times where he just skinned the cat like 4 or 5 times. Like, he's going to do this. And I managed to reverse it and eliminate the guy trying to do it. So I think Cesaro, Ricochet, and who was the other guy? Ali took out Joe. Yeah. And then Cesaro straight away took them both out.
Because I thought Ali was definitely the strongest to win it, really.
Well, no AJ Styles. He wasn't at the show at all.
Joe was there? Was he?
Yes, Joe was when we got him in.
Of course. Yeah, you just said,
I think, okay, I admit us doing the predictions made it more exciting, but as far as Battle Royal matches go, it was really good. I really enjoyed the match.
I mean, I thought it was alright.
The Battle Royals are always clusterfucks.
It was alright. But the winner, we couldn't have even tried to predict it. Really,
it was the biggest pop of the night.
Yeah, it was Mansoor. It was a Saudi Arabian guy that's on NXT. Is he?
I think he's just been signed to NXT.
Just been signed. So he won that, and it was just the place came unglued because it's obviously their hometown boy. He had a little promo in the ring and everything afterwards, and it's a nice moment for those guys. It is.
Okay, I don't know.
But if that had happened anywhere else,
I was going to say,
you wouldn't have given a shit, would you? Be like, well, who's this twat? You know what I mean? You don't know who this person is. You don't care. But I understand why they did it. But it's so transparent that you can just see. Well, I know why they did it.
It's the ultimate cheap pop.
Yeah,
because
it's cheap. Yeah, it's a cheap pop.
Because Mick Foley always he jokes about his cheap pop. His famous he'll just go, he'll put his thumb up and go right here in Columbus, Ohio, just to get them go, yay! So that's his name. But this was a cheap pop that really paid off because holy shit, did that stadium like scream?
People were crying.
Yeah, there was
grown men were crying. I was just like, all right.
It was kind of.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I was so happy when Kofi won at Mania. We weren't fucking crying.
Yeah, it's really weird. Like, I did think about this. I can't remember the match now, and I kind of am, and I'm not embarrassed to say it. I didn't cry. There's I don't see at any point, unless a wrestler has died or the whole Conor the Crusher thing, that I've shed an actual tear. But it was the end of
not even when the streak went.
Oh, I was just pissed off. Oh man, let's not talk about that. Right, yeah, but I was at the end of one of the NXT matches. Oh, I meant to say this at the start. Takeover 25, great again, great as usual.
Oh yeah, fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was just so almost like emotionally and physically like I was so invested in it that by the time the 1, 2, 3 came, I was just like, that was so damn good. I am so happy right now. So it wasn't like oh my god, that was beautiful, nothing like that. It was just like that kind of. It's the same with when fuck it. Let's talk about AEW. Not full on AEW. We're going to mention AEW in the WWE podcast because fuck WWE right now.
Yeah, that is evident.
Yeah, when Cody did the whole thing to Dustin saying I need my older brother, I got choked up. Yeah, because when it's done correctly,
it can make you hit the right emotional notes.
And they obviously did it correctly for Saudi Arabia. Yeah. They had
for them, not for us.
Their hometown boy. I mean, it's almost kind of saying like now that Mansoor is not just won the Battle Royal, but he's now going to be part of NXT.
He's got to be given a reasonable push because of it.
Yeah, and now it puts a Saudi Arabian wrestler on the WWE map, and I think the Saudi Arabian WWE fans really like that.
It's fine.
It went over.
It's not like it's a problem.
Yeah, no, I had no problem with it. Yeah. It was a good moment. It was
a good moment for them. Yeah, it was just a cheap pop for us.
It was done for that specific show, and I'm cool with that. Oh, right, now let's take a Goldberg.
Oh, it's the main event. For what there was of it.
This is just kind of just sad.
It's sad, yeah, and it was embarrassing.
Yeah,
it was embarrassingly bad. It really was. It
started off okay.
Yeah, the first 2 spears and the sit-up straight after, that was like, right, okay, I leant forward.
Yeah.
And then 3 seconds later, I sat back and I was just like, this has shown without a shadow of a doubt that Taker is done.
Yeah.
He needs to stop. Like, Vince, you need to accept that he can't keep going. He's so loyal to you that if you throw enough money at him, he'll fucking do it. And it's just like, you need to accept the fact that your body cannot go. Even when he was standing up at the end, the match didn't go more than 10 minutes.
No, it was about a 10-minute match.
And he's standing up at the end, struggling like he'd been there for a 40-minute slog in a cage. And it's just like, no, it's like you don't want to go and put your dog out of its misery because it's old and broken, but you feel like you're going to have to bite the bullet and do it because it's not fair. And it's the same thing with this. It's not fair, but he needs to stop. Right. I mean, Goldberg was fine, but even then he was still sloppy as fuck as well.
What I've heard, I've read some articles this morning about it, and I'm not surprised at all. Apparently, after the show, when Goldberg and Taker went backstage, they had an argument. I don't know how heated it was, but it was an argument, and I think Goldberg tweeted, apparently he did get knocked out.
Yeah, he got concussed.
Yeah. I didn't think he hit the pole that hard, but because that's kind of...
he cut himself when he hits his head off the locker at the start, because it's like he's thing to build himself up. And when he cracked open, the blood went everywhere. Apparently, backstage, Vince was pissed off. I was like, he didn't do it on purpose, Vince.
No, but they have told him, can you stop nutting the door before you go? But
well, don't bring him back then. Yeah, that's his thing.
Yeah.
Don't bring him back.
But the thing is, with him nutting the door, if it was his thing on camera, then yeah. But he does it to genuinely. It's a thing he does personally. It's not part of his character. He doesn't hype himself up. So if you're gonna do it, maybe just slap yourself in the face or something. Don't knock yourself out before you get out there. But because after the spear and the sit up, I think it went into some kind of knee bar. And I was thinking, I just thought, okay,
it was bad. It's just like he was just cuddling his leg. I was like, what are you doing?
Goldberg was never a good wrestler, so I was just there going, all right, you're going to try and wrestle each other. This will be interesting.
It's the longest match Goldberg's had in probably his fucking career.
Probably ever, yeah. Then there was the whole when he knocked himself out, and I'll admit, as sadistic as I am, the sight of blood made me go, oh man, he's busted open. Yeah. I'm a bit more invested now. I can't remember a lot what happened after that.
It was sloppy and dangerous.
Sloppy chokeslam.
It was dangerous.
When they get to go downhill, because I was always questioning, can Taker do the jackhammer? Now, I don't know whose fault it technically was.
Well, the chokeslam was first, and that was sloppy.
There was the weird chokeslam where just Goldberg
just kind of fell down.
Yeah.
Then he went
for the jackhammer. There was the spear, then the jackhammer.
Yeah.
The spears were fine. The spears
are nice and easy to execute. You just got to take the bump and fall back. It's not.
I don't know. It might have been partly Goldberg couldn't lift him properly, and it might be also Taker just doesn't have the physical prowess anymore.
Strength, the balance.
To put himself up there. So it became this kind of fucked up brainbuster, and Taker landed on the back of his neck.
Yeah, like full on.
And for anybody,
we all shot up going, oh.
For anybody to do that is hard enough. For a 55-year-old man, way past it. It's dangerous.
Yeah, it was really dangerous.
Then I think they tried for Taker somehow kicked out.
Yeah, then he went for a tombstone,
and it just
the same thing happened again. Apart. Like the tombstone he kind of fell down, and again Goldberg's neck hit the floor, and it's we're just like it was uncomfortable to watch. It was getting to that point where like how much you've got to finish this up now because this is getting ridiculous.
A few minutes before the mid-air collision was pretty good. They had like a double clothesline where they proper just bang. So I'm not saying it was all bad, but 90% of it was.
It was painful and difficult to watch, and then he went in for the final chokeslam,
which was worse.
I was saying that. I mean, originally it was going to be
the tombstone
again, but they fucked up the reversal and just fell down. And we're like, oh my god, this looks so bad. It's like you look terrible.
At that point, Taker's like, I can't do the tombstone.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. Yeah, and they called it on the fly. They'll do a chokeslam again.
Like shit
chokeslam, and then he pins Goldberg and Taker wins. But it's just. It was embarrassing to watch. It was difficult. It shouldn't have happened. Oh look, there's the fucking.
There he is.
What's the guy again?
Right the prick. The booking of it alone doesn't make sense because I get that it was a fuck up. Goldberg got knocked out, was blood, Taker injury, all that kind of stuff. But for a man of Goldberg who's been so dominant in his entire career, his character. And to destroy Brock Lesnar on multiple occasions, and then to go down to a weak ass chokeslam, doesn't make any sense.
Well, like I said, I think unfortunately that was called on the fly. Originally, it was meant to be a second tombstone, and that didn't happen. Well, but that's just unfortunate. I'm afraid.
What I saw, even though it was showing something else, I did see as soon as the 3 count happened, the EMTs were in checking Goldberg.
Yeah, he was gone quite quickly.
But what they were showing was Taker, and Taker was visibly pissed off.
Yes.
He was
as soon as I saw his face, it's like you looked at it, he was so angry, and his face looked like he was saying to everybody, why am I still doing this?
You could read his mind. He was just, I'm sorry, and that was shit. That was just so shit.
Apparently he did swear, but the camera cut away.
I think
someone's mentioned it. I can't remember whether it was Wrestle Talk or What Culture or Cultaholic. I can't remember who it was, but I think they said that he was like, oh, it was motherfucking shit. And they cut away from him. So, I mean, it just shows his disdain, and if this is how you feel, like if Taker feels that way, then he's got to be going up to Vince now and going, "What more can I do? I need to stop."
That was part of the other article. Not only did it have the argument, and Goldberg put his tweet kind of saying, "If you enjoyed it, great, but I apologise. Tried to wrestle when I was knocked out."
Yeah.
Apparently, Taker said he's like, "I can't wrestle anymore."
Yeah.
I was like, no, you can't, because this is.
I want him to retire, and I don't mind them having one more blow-off match to retire. But the only way I'm happy with that happening is if it's against someone that is safe and knows him, or someone that we know can carry the match properly. So you either go with someone,
get put over,
go with someone like Kane that they can wrestle safe together, or something like that, or you go with someone like AJ or Rollins, or someone that I know can carry the match well enough so that Taker doesn't have to do too much, but we can still get a decent send-off.
I don't think it should be Kane. I think if
I'm not saying it should, but I'm saying if they decide to go with someone that knows him well enough, they know each other enough.
Yeah, I mean, we could.
I prefer someone like AJ.
Yeah, AJ's a good shout
because he carries matches very, very well.
I mean, there's still.
But even then, I'd still be going in with fear.
Yeah, we see not as much now since this Goldberg match. There's still that slither of me that would be like, if you're going to do it, have Sting. If you're going to have one more match, do it.
But they don't know each other very well.
No, they don't. So it's...
Same thing with Goldberg. They didn't know each other.
No, they didn't.
So it was sloppy. And Goldberg, as far as I remember, he doesn't plan matches. He calls a lot of stuff on the fly, as far as I remember.
I really don't know. I don't know if Taker...
So obviously because of that, Taker has to respond. And because he's not as good as he used to be, he's sloppy, he can't respond properly. If you're doing that with someone like AJ, then you can respond on the fly because he's young enough, he's good enough, he's still nimble enough that he can run around and change shit on the fly. But with Taker, it's like, no, I've got a set load of moves, I have to stick to it, because if I don't, I'm going to fucking cause a problem. We're going to fuck up.
You need someone that's kind of quite light as well, so Taker can pick them up.
Yeah.
Because Goldberg's not like a light cat.
Yeah.
So, don't get me wrong, the first Tombstone, Taker picked him up, not with ease, but he managed to pick him up.
It's just executed bad.
Yeah, well, the first Tombstone was alright. I mean, he might have hit his head on the canvas. He did look quite...
I think he did. I'm pretty sure that he did.
But, someone as light as Finn and AJ's quite light, I think he'd be okay with it.
Like, the Demon Finn versus Taker for a final Taker match.
That's fine.
I think
it would be... I know Mania makes sense, but I think it makes sense for Taker to train. It'd give him a lot more time to train and get...
Yeah, because I understand what you were going to say is that maybe you should end it Survivor Series through debut.
Full circle, yeah.
And I'm all for those kind of full circle things. However, given what this is with this match, he needs more time to, one, recuperate, and two, get himself up to a reasonable standard again so that he can just have one final good match, and you need more time. So just wait until April. I think, just to give him that extra bit of time, a little bit of breathing space, get himself back to neutral so that we can have a reasonable send-off for the man. Rather than just a sloppy send-off that makes you go, that was crap again, at least it's over. You want it to go, you want to sit back at the end and go, okay, the last few matches he's had weren't great, but this one was good enough.
Yeah. What would be... this probably won't be a popular decision, but what would interest me, like whatever his opponent is, say it is at WrestleMania, the opponent comes out first, and the gong and all that come, the lightning and all that, and the smoke, and the music's there, and then nothing. The lights come back up, there's no Taker. The American Badass music hits. Everyone's losing their shit. Everyone's like, oh my god, it's coming out the bike. Nothing. And then eventually, I don't know, he needs some kind of music, I think, but eventually he comes out in just normal ring gear. It's just Mark Calloway. As if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this as a man. And then after the match, when he probably will lose, he can, instead of have to remain in character or whatever, he can stand up, grab the mic, and just actually full on properly retire. Because they kind of fucked it up with the whole WrestleMania 33 thing.
Reigns.
Yeah, with the whole hat and the coke. So you can't replay that because now it'd just be like, well, they'll be back following, because he did last time. So it's a hard one to call, but what's obvious to call, and I'm still the biggest Taker fan I know.
Yeah, I know you are.
I'm calling for Taker to retire.
It needs to happen.
Because otherwise people are going to get hurt.
And people did get hurt. They both got hurt last night. Because they shouldn't have been, this match, they shouldn't have been anywhere near each other. They shouldn't have done it. And at the end of the day, the reason this happened is for money. Mm-hmm. That is all it is for. They did it because the Saudi Arabian people threw enough money at them that Taker and Goldberg couldn't say no.
Yeah.
But they got injured and pissed off and had arguments because of it. Yeah. So they're causing more controversy in the company, in the product, which is a real fucking struggle of a product at the moment anyway. Yeah. And the Saudi Arabian people threw enough money at this, and now they've added more spanner into the works. That Taker's not sure he wants to do it anymore. Goldberg is pissed off. Vince is pissed off. It's not a good working environment. It's making it worse.
Well, there's that other article. Vince is finally admitted that the WWE system is broken. This is partly because of it.
Yeah.
But, right, good part of it, the entrances are okay.
Well, they're always great.
Apart from Goldberg, who didn't do the whole... I don't know if he was the white. He didn't breathe in the smoke. He's just like Sparks. Where is he?
But Taker's entrance is always fun.
Yeah, even though
I think it's funny.
The Druids came on
and then went off again.
It's like go down the ramp so you can walk through the fire. That's always fun.
I did think to myself, what if it's all the women cloaked up?
Surprise, motherfucker! Yeah, there was no women's match. Just
there was. But there was no cash in either.
No. Yeah, it was maybe a very, very slim chance Goldberg might have one more left in him. Taker, no. It's done.
I think they're probably going to do one more with Taker, but it depends.
They need someone who can definitely carry the match.
It's an AJ or a Finn, isn't it?
It's not even about the carrying of the match, really. It's for someone who can keep Taker safe as well as himself, and still put on a match that's passable.
Passable for an end.
Yeah. So
ratings then. Was it worse than Money in the Bank?
What
did we give?
Say a lot. Even though I'd rather be saying with some matches, it was great. The theme of most of the matches were okay.
Yeah.
So
it was okay, and it was there because money.
Yeah, it was matches okay. Pay per view maybe slightly less than okay as far as bookings go. So 4. We'll give it a 4. Actually, 3.5.
Right. I don't know what to go for, really. I think I was going to go for a 5, but now we dissected it, I think I'm going to go for a 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a 4.
3.5, 4.
Yeah, so that's, again, nothing to write home about.
Look at the silver line.
You know what I mean? It's like if someone said, "Oh, I want to get back into wrestling," this is the shit you don't show.
Yeah.
It's Goldberg versus Taker. Yeah, it sounds good, but it fucking isn't.
There'll be some dick out there saying, "Well, it's hard to follow Double or Nothing and Takeover 25."
But it shouldn't be.
Besides the point.
It shouldn't be hard. You should be fucking nailing it, and you're not.
Yeah. Silver lining is, like I say, in my head, and hopefully in most fans' heads, it's not part of the proper 1200 pay-per-view
WWE canon.
Yeah, it's the pay-per-view calendar plus Super Showdown and shit like that. Yeah. So it was just
whatever. It is what it is.
It was a money grabbing event.
Yeah, that's all it was.
That's what it was.
Well, it's a WrestleMania equivalent. No, it isn't.
Well,
no, it isn't.
Actually, compared to WrestleMania 35, may as well have been. So
yeah.
So that's that.
That's that. Yeah. So, like and subscribe. We're back in.
A couple of weeks.
For Stomping Grounds. Fucking hell. They need to stop these Saudi Arabia things because we need a break.
Yeah. We do Stomping Ground, then I think it's like 4 or 5 weeks of Extreme Rules.
Right, so that's alright. At least get some breathing
Unless
spots.
we do AEW ones again. I don't know.
I mean, that's not till September though, is it?
No, they got the little ones before All Out, which like Fighter Fest and stuff like that.
I'm thinking,
I don't know if they've been
I think they're the big ones like All Out.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, subscribe. We're back in a couple of weeks for Stomping Grounds. I'm pretty sure it's going to end up like this one.
Yeah, probably.
We could be surprised, but I doubt it.
Yeah.
So we'll be back in a couple of weeks for Stomping Grounds.
Bye.